can we, first of all, before I begin talking about my knitting plans this July, just take a moment to admire how perfectly summery, festive Jorik looks with his hair flowers. Well, it's a flower headband. It's just an elastic one I got cheap on ASOS like 10 years ago, but I'm still using it, so that's no fast fashion. But yeah, anyhow, I thought it looked really fun like this, and I just wanted to show him. What I also just want to show before I get started is this. I made this, I was couple of weeks ago when it was also boiling hot on the Saturday. I went over to my friend Jessie and we made iron bead flowers. I can't show you hers because I have no picture of hers, but I made a sunflower and I plan on finding in the attic. I have some, I just need to find them. Gluing some like little brooch clips on the back, and then I can wear this as a brooch, which I think would be super cute. Obviously, by attaching brooch clips, it becomes a brooch. But anyway, did you know that the sunflower is the symbol for invisible disabilities? If you didn't, you do know. You do now. Wow, words, sentences, vocabulary, grammar. Anyway, so yeah, you do now, and yeah, it is Disability Pride Month in July, so good to know information. And then I have one more thing that I want to show you guys because I'm really pleased with this. Is this the front or the back? No, this is the front. And this is made by my friend Jessie. She made me a cute pumpkin granny. Like, look how fun. I love it so much. It's super sturdy, so maybe I'll use it as a coaster, or maybe I'll get like lots of fun squares, granny and otherwise, and make something with them. Maybe not even a blanket, because that feels really like not very innovative. Very boring. I don't know. I will think of something, and until then, I swear to God, I cannot speak. I've been struggling since last week when it became hot, and it's been gradually getting hotter and hotter, and the hotter it gets, the more I struggle. Disabled life, I guess. Anyway, so I love this. This yarn, the black with the gold detailing, I had given her a couple of skeins because she kindly volunteered. Well, I asked her and she said yes, so she didn't really volunteer. But she kindly crocheted a little blankie, like a big square granny, for my cat Salem, because a while ago, and if you've been around you know this, my bestie Charlotte crocheted a pink blankie for Kiwi-chan, and Kiwi is absolutely in love with that thing. She loves it so much. When it needs to be washed, it is all the drama. It's not on the bed. Even if she has to miss it for just the one night, total drama. But yeah, Salem also loves it because he loves the texture of like a granny square. Job doesn't, because he's a yarn snob. He only likes knitted things. He's Job, I guess. But yeah, so to avoid more fights between Kiwi and Salem, I asked Jessie if she could make Salem one, because I do not crochet, and she kindly did. Thank you, Jessie. Really appreciate it. And so does Salem. He's super into it. I will try to get a picture of him on the blankie, but I've not had success yet due to various circumstances. Mostly me going upstairs without a camera and him running away. He's very shy. But yeah, so I am actually going to talk about the things I want to knit and that I am knitting this month. And it comes out on a Wednesday, so does it count as Whip Wednesday? I guess not really, because I've only got one actual whip, which I started yesterday, which is kind of cheeky because it was still June, but it was also the last day of June. So anyhow, I am knitting a shawl. It is not a garter abyss. Aren't you all shocked? It is the, if I'm not mistaken, Victory Garden Kerchief, and it is by Sarah Lawrence of Muse. Muse is followed by a bunch of numbers, and I forgot the sequence, but I will have it up on screen. And also I will link to the pattern on Ravelry in the description down below. But yeah, I got the pattern when it was free, because it was for a yarn crawl, and initially it was free. I'm not sure if the free version is still available or not, but I grabbed it whilst I could, and yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's a fun pattern, and what I'm doing is, because the actual pattern is written, it's fully garter abyss, which I like, because I don't like the purl long rows, full stop actually, but definitely not heaps of stitches. But normally it's like you alternate 4 rows in 2 different colors, but what I am doing, I am using 4 different colors full stop in like blocks, because this is for a friend of mine, and I am knitting the shawl to represent the asexual pride flag. So I've done the black, I'm over a quarter in, and I've just started on the grey, and then I also, this is not the best box to keep yarn in, and then also I have white and the purple. I really like this purple, it's very pretty, and yeah, so I've made a slight dent in it. There is progress, so there's that. Then the next thing I want to knit that I've not started is another shawl, and I think I might actually do another Victory Garden kerchief. I mean, watch me call it Victory Garden kerchief and it being a completely different name, but it will be up on screen if I'm not right anyway. So what I want to do is make another one with more skeins, but in the colors of the disability rights / disability pride flag, and I've got all the colors here, and these, like the other one I'm knitting, are Hobie cotton 8/4, meaning I can knit it loosely on a 4mm, which I feel like gives like a really nice fabric. It's a very loose weave, and I must say that the black is a lot less soft than the grey. The grey is actually really pleasant, but the black is, I mean, it's not scratchy if you're not me, because I have extremely sensitive skin, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will be better when I've washed and blocked it, which I need to do anyway, but once it's finished. But yeah, I feel like I'm feeling the other skeins. I feel like the other colors I have, the white is a little bit less soft, but like the reds, even the charcoal is it's actually quite soft, and this is very soft if I feel it like this. But yeah, so I know Hobie isn't the greatest company on the planet to buy yarn from, but the reality is that I wanted to get it from Scheepjes, but not the super thin Cattonia one. I think it's Cattonia or Cotonia, but not that one, because it's super thin, and I also didn't like the purples and the greens they had. I wanted to get another one, and I forget the name, but it's a thicker one. And I have worked with that before, and it's actually really pleasant and really soft and lovely. But I would have had to order it from like 3 different places to get all the colors that I wanted. And then the shipping would have been over 20 euros total. And I just couldn't afford it. I'm not made of money. I blew my yarn budget. So I was like, okay, this is not happening. And then when my friend and I just pooled our order, we had free shipping on Hobie. So yeah, that's why we ended up getting on Hobie also, because I knew the Hobie cotton already, and I knew I wouldn't hate it, and she knew she wouldn't hate it. So that's the whole thing, because some cotton is like mighty scratchy and just unpleasant. So that's why I ended up on Hobie. So yeah, 2 shawls, definitely 2 shawls I want to knit, and then I want to knit a sweater vest or a sleeveless cardigan or a button-up sweater vest, whatever you want to call it, but I want to knit the linden vest. I've been wanting to knit the linden vest since I saw Jente from my man Wolde post it on Instagram. I thought that is the cutest vest, that looks so fun, and it is garter stitch and stockinette, which I both know how to do. So I mean, I am not a good garment knitter. Let's be real. I mean, the closest thing to a garment I've knit is, well, no, actually I have knit garments, but every time they went kind of wrong. Like the first one I knit, I substituted it with a totally different yarn and I was way off size, and I ended up giving that to my friend Claire 2 days ago actually. So it went to a good home, and then I knit the head rig top because it was a head rig top, and then I knit it again and I used the completely wrong yarn, but it fits and it's functional, so there's that. And then I knit it a third time and did it properly, and I don't know, I think the problem isn't the pattern. The problem wasn't even me, because I hit gauge and everything. I think the fact is that the head rig top just doesn't really suit me all that much. And then once upon a time I knit this one cardigan, sort of like a cardigan, from a filled-out pattern, but the problem was that I followed the entire pattern, but there was no picture on a person, and it just also didn't come out looking like I wanted it to look on me. So and then capelets. I'm you know, capelets, I'm confident on like my ability to knit a capelet. But yeah, so I've not had a lot of luck with garments, but the linen vest looks like, I mean, I know it's something that is my style to begin with, so that's on my side. And it is also, I mean, I know how I look in sweater vests, and I love sweater vests, so I have a little bit more confident that I won't completely F that up. And I've also asked Jente and my friend Laura, who have way more knitting experience than me, and who were kind enough to spend, you know, the time to look things through for me. They helped me pick out the size and everything, so thank you Jente and Laura, much appreciated. So hopefully it won't go completely wrong, because I have a yarn for 2 of them. So fingers crossed. This is Oonagh by Wild Atlantic Yarns, and Wild Atlantic Yarns is my favorite yarn brand, and if I had the money, all my yarn would come from Wild Atlantic Yarns. Well, not literally all of it, because there is some yarn by Lang that is completely different colors that I really love, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this is the Oonagh base. Oonagh is superwash merino. It's 100% merino. This is their DK. I have knit with this before. I've made a capelet out of this, and I love this, and various bits and bobs, but I love this. I mean, I love their 4-ply and their sport weight and their sock yarn as well, but yeah, did I mention that this is hot chocolate? I can't remember, because brain fried, boiled. Sorry about the fan sounds, but not willing to die for the YouTubes. But yeah, so I want to use this as the main color of the linen vest, and then as the accent color I am not using a fluffy yarn, because I find it quite hard to find fluffy yarns, as I'm allergic to both mohair and alpaca, and most fluffy yarns just give me an itch. And yeah, I mean, I had already picked a bunch of yarns for my birthday, and maybe one day I'll knit another one. Maybe next year I'll ask for more yarn and I'll get 2 more, and then I'll get skeins from Ross at the Wee Yarn Company, and I'll get some of his beautiful hyacinth boucle and use that as a fuzzy yarn. But without further ado, I am substituting the fuzzy yarn with this fun Lang Yarns Merino 120 dégradé. It's also a DK weight. I've knit with this and the regular Merino 120 and the 150 and the lace, and the lace is the 400, and the what was the other number? 200. So I've knit with this in various sizes and well, yarn sizes, and I love this stuff. It's great. It's amazing. Yeah, Lang Yarns is actually, from what I gather, a pretty decent company, to the point where you can actually track your yarn to the sheep it comes from in a lot of cases, so that is great, and it's all mule sync free. Obviously this as well, but this is indie dyer yarn, and this is big company yarn. But well, I don't know how big a company Lang is, but I think they're pretty worldwide represented. Anyway, I digress. I love this. Look at this. Maybe this is the best way to show it, I don't know. But it's an amazing color fade. I love the details, and it goes really well with this. So I think this as an accent to this would be pretty amazing. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to knit the linen vest. I don't know what my next project will be after the Ace shawl. I don't know if I'm gonna start knitting the disability rights shawl or the linen vest. I think it will depend on the temperature, because this is all merino, the linen vest, and that is very, very warm when it's very, very hot. I am thankfully blessed to have air conditioning downstairs and in the bedroom, so I could find a cool place to knit. Sadly, I cannot find a cool place with enough light to film, hence the annoying fan noises. But yeah, so my last two projects are going to be very wee projects, and I'm going to use the dreaded I-cord maker for them, which is still better than I-cords by hand. But yeah, my plan is to do 2 I-cords, a shorter and a longer one, with this little tiny little hank. And this is a tiny taster of peach orchard. Is it orchard or orchard? Orchard, right? So peach orchard on Danu. The base is called Danu. It's Highland wool, and this is a 4-ply. Jesus, words. And this is by Wild Atlantic Yarns. Every order you place, you get like a tiny taster, and I love it. I've had one of I forgot the name base. The base of the name. No. I forgot the name of the base, but it's a Suri alpaca one, and that was great. I used it in a parrot for a friend, an amigurumi parrot, and then I have had lots of 4-ply and some DK, and sometimes I give them to friends, sometimes I use them myself. So yeah, it's just like, it's really fun. I've not had the Danu one before, so that's fun. I've had lots of Oonagh ones, and then the Suri alpaca one, and I'm trying to remember if I ever had another base, but I don't think so. So it's really fun to have a new base. So yeah, if this is like your kind of color, this is peach orchard, and yeah. Most of their colorways come on all their bases, or most of their bases, so that is great, and I will absolutely link to them in the description because they're amazing. Just like so fun, such nice people. So yeah, that's my plans for this month. It's only the first of the month. Is it the first or is it the second? It's the first of the month, isn't it? This is how far I'm gone. So yeah, I hope I can get everything done. There's 31 days in this month. I've already started the second skein on the first shawl, so that is at least good progress in my opinion. I can actually tell you how many rows I've knit so far, because I've been well, other than the rows for the garter tap cast on, but other than that, I have knit 62 rows because I've been keeping track, because you do the uneven numbered rows slightly different than the even numbered rows, so I need to make sure I do them correctly to keep the eyelets in the middle nice, or at least as nice as I can knit them. So yeah, let me know, what are your creative plans for this month? What are you currently working on? I'm sorry for all the chaos in this video. I know I'm usually quite chaotic, but I feel like it's been particularly bad today, and I mean, if I had filmed later in the week, it would probably have been worse because it's only getting hotter. They did predict rain for Thursday, but they also said that the rain would just make everything super humid, so that's not something to look forward to, although we do really need the rain for nature. If you have a garden, please, please, please put out water for the wildlife, even if it's just like 2 finches, so to speak, you know, 2 wee birds. Give them water, they're thirsty. I have water outside for all the birds that come in our yard. I have little bowls with lots of rocks for the insects, because we have loads of lavender, and it's full of bumblebees and butterflies, and I often see them land on the rocks in it and drink. That way they can't drown. Do that in all your water bowl. Put some like rocks in, so insects and like even birds, if it's, you should have like maybe like this tall, so they don't, birds and mammals that are outside can't drown in it, or reptiles, animals can't drown in it. But put some like rocks in it, just to make sure that insects that are drinking from it can't drown, or like maybe if it's just a wee bit too deep for some animals, that they can't drown. You know what I mean? Please be kind to nature. Recommendation to watch: K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, I'm not a K-pop fan per se. I don't really know a lot about K-pop, so there is that to start with. But I watched it because I liked the visuals that Netflix announced, and Demon Hunters, I was like, that looks like it could be fun, and it is amazing. I've seen it like 5 times already. If you haven't yet, and I feel like everybody and their bum has seen it by this point, but if you haven't yet, 100% recommend. If you have, let me know what you thought of it, because clearly I thought it was A+. But yeah, I'm gonna round this up because I'm so hot. And I'm just waffling now at this point anyway, and I don't want to bore you all to death. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet and want to stick around for hopefully slightly less chaotic knitting and sometimes even journaling videos. Hit that notification bell, because we all know by now that that is the real subscribe button. But do both, just to be sure that YouTube actually tells you that, you know, when I've uploaded a new video. If you do leave a comment, which would be super appreciated, because that would really help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Please be kind, and yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one, and hopefully I will have found some cats to participate in this video. But yeah, for now, bye bye!